Well, hello, folks, and welcome. These next 4 minutes or so should be highly entertaining and informative if done correctly. I am Skye Dickenson of Examiner.com. I'm with Alex Grotewohl of the Sac State Hornet, and we are here to bring you all you need to know about this upcoming Sun Bowl. Monday morning, New Year's Eve, El Paso, Texas is the site. We're talking about the USC Trojans versus the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I mean, if you could have fast forward 3 or 4 months at the beginning of the season and heard those words spoken, it would have been enough to shock the Trojan Nation. This is a team that came in ranked #1 overall before the season started. They are now number 65. If they lose to Georgia Tech as a 10-point favorite, they could conceivably finish the year at number 75 or 80 to start the year at #1. I've never heard anything like that ever, as long as I've been following college football very closely. I'm not too long in the tooth, but still, that just doesn't happen. So what we have here is an amazing situation. What are your thoughts on this game, Alex?
Well, obviously, hindsight is 20/20.
Sure.
But we now obviously see that the USC #1 situation at the beginning of the year was all hype. There was not a lot of substance to it. This was a team without a lot of cohesion. But as far as this game is concerned, it provides a lot of interesting matchups and compelling storylines. Georgia Tech is a triple option run-first team. We've seen a few of those this weekend. Runs the triple option almost exclusively.
Yeah.
USC this year has been pretty bad against the run all year, allowing 156.4 rushing yards per game. The USC is a lot more balanced offensively, featuring Silas Redd at running back. I personally will never follow or appreciate Silas Redd ever again after he unceremoniously bailed on his friends at Penn State.
They end up finishing higher.
Yeah, exactly. To chase a championship in USC, and that sort of backfired. USC also has unquestionably the most talented player on the football field in wide receiver Marquise Lee.
Agreed.
Ranked in the top 5 nationally in basically every important wide receiver category. So this could be a pretty compelling game.
It will. It will. Marquise Lee this has just been a really interesting year down in Southern California. Matt Barkley comes back for his senior season. He's going to ride on the coattails of Lane Kiffin's, supposed amazing leadership skills. They've never quite materialized at any job he's had, but they're there. We've all been told. And Barkley comes back for his senior year. This ends up being a huge mistake. If only he could wave a magic wand and be playing for the Washington Redskins right now, or who knows, So Marquise Lee, nearly 1,700 yards, 14 TDs. He was Barkley's thing this year. If Barkley had one silver lining, it was his connections with Lee. To step outside of this USC team and analyze this game for a second, far too much firepower for a Georgia Tech team. If things unfold, if you play this matchup 10 times, I think USC beats them soundly 7 or 8. Georgia Tech keeps it close 1, and maybe Georgia Tech pulls out a miraculous victory 1 out of every 10 times. So it's just a matter of where you see the chips falling in this one. If USC is able to play their game, play up to their potential, the strong running game, Orwin Smith and Tevin Washington, will be just simply not enough. My final prediction is USC 45 and Georgia Tech gets to 23.
USC definitely is the more talented team, and they definitely should figure out a way to stop Georgia Tech's powerful triple option run and put points on the board. And I think I'm going under on this one, but I think that USC pulls it out 28-13.
Under might be the smart bet. Yeah, mine add up to more than that, but a lot of USC games have gone under this year. And add to that the fact that USC has actually lost 4 out of its last 5, including that golden opportunity to dethrone the Irish at home. That's just something to put on the other side of the ledger here. But I do see USC figuring out a way to cover that 9.5, 10-point spread. So there you go. For what it's worth, folks, thank you very much for joining us. On behalf of my partner, good night.